So I love terrible movies and I also love sci-fi movies, so I thought why not combine the two and watch terrible sci-fi movies. So today I'm going to watch the 1979 film Buck Rogers in the 25th Century. I know it's a TV show as well. I haven't seen the TV show. I don't know if the show came out first, the movie came out first. I don't know much about this character, this Buck Rogers. I don't know if his character is based on a book or a comic, or I don't know anything about the history of the character. I don't know the plot, but thank you so much for sharing in this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for sci-fi movies you think I should watch, please comment below. And if you're ever curious about what kind of gear I use or what's on the bookshelf, I've included a link in the description. And if you want to have a say in what movies or TV shows I watch, be sure to join Patreon. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content.
It's Mother Earth, not in 5 months, but in 500 years.
Oh dear. That's an inconvenience. I'm excited. This looks super cheesy. Oh my, very 70s. He's on theme song too? Yes! I'm assuming not by Queen, but still, it's on theme song. So many questions. Buck's not even his first name, it's his middle name. Is it just Buck Rogers and a bunch of space babes? Oh, that hair flip. Oh my. Quite the intro. Is she doing yoga? Space yoga? Henry Silva. Draco? Is there a Draco? Draco Malfoy's in this? Oh my god. I don't recognize any of the cast. What are you thinking? I don't know. Let's just get them to lie down in silver bikinis. Sure. Yeah, we can do that.
What kind of world am I?
Is this what he was dreaming about for 500 years? Just all these space babes kissing him? Glenn Larson and Leslie Stevens. Did they create the character? Like I said, I don't know much about the backstory of the character, so comment below and let me know. Oh, he's just frozen for 500 years. Drifting aimlessly in space. Okay, I like the story. Like, the story is interesting so far. He's like a rogue NASA astronaut who got knocked off course. The music's super fun.
And prepare for boarding the Draconia.
Whoa, like a triangle of lasers. Fun.
Heart lung response up, 0.2 and increasing.
Okay, so this other ship took him on board and they're trying to unthaw him, I'm guessing.
He's alive.
If he doesn't say what year it is, like from Jumanji, it's a missed opportunity.
Any defects from the ordeal?
Fortunately for him, we're quite advanced in cryogenics.
I wonder what defects she's inquiring about.
I've never met a 500-year.
Of a dynasty that has conquered 3/4 of the universe.
Oh my.
Glance it carefully if you value your life.
Of all the ships in all the galaxies. I haven't seen Casablanca, I just know that one line.
Much medication.
No, I feel great.
He's high on space age Tylenol, okay. Yeah, he's the only one left from his time. It's interesting to see like all the references he's making. They're not understanding, obviously, because it's 500 years in the future. He's like, can I get some Tylenol? And they're like, what's Tylenol, basically? Or can I get some aspirin? And they're like, what's aspirin?
Boy, they're gonna be surprised back in Houston when I come back with his story.
I'm curious to see what Houston looks like 500 years in the future. And that would be like heartbreaking too, because all your friends and family would be dead and no one would know you, and you'd be like, hey, P.S. I've been floating around space for 500 years. They'd be like, cool, who are you and what are we supposed to do with that information?
3, 2, 1.
Wow, those are fun colors.
It's just that I have the strangest feeling I'm going to see Captain Rogers again.
Oh my. Yeah, so they want to attack Earth, and they're using him as like their way to get in.
See, direct communication band?
I'm picking up some voices or
I like their spacesuits with the rainbow arm. That's fun.
Hey, come on, you turkeys, get off your duffs and give me some info.
Get off your duffs.
They're foreign language.
Yeah, he's using like slang they're not familiar with, obviously. I'm looking forward to seeing Earth. In the future, most sci-fi movies just take place in space, so I'm curious to see what Earth looks like 500 years in the future. Oh, that's a cool room. Looks like it's made out of Lego blocks.
There's nothing like Chicago left on Earth.
Oh, okay, what does that mean?
Twiki, would you bring in Dr. Theophilus, please?
And the all white. Oh, it's a robot. Yeah, of course there's robots. That would also be doctors.
What is that? This is Twiki.
Twiki?
A drone. For debriefing and determination, Twiki will act as your aide. And this is Dr. Theophilus. Good morning, Dr. Theophilus.
It looks like they just emptied out a clock and put in some lights. Oh my god.
Here's a
Yeah.
member.
Whoever's programming that thing.
And I like how they made it like almost like a face on the computer too.
These quads are not programmed by man. They've been programmed by one another over the generations.
Weird. That's interesting.
Mistakes.
Now run along, Twiki, and get Captain Rogers his drink.
That's so interesting how they can be separated, like this robot and this computer. And
What an attractive man you are, Captain Buck
oh
Rogers.
my, is he flirting with him?
I've returned to Earth 504 years later.
Yes. Whoa, fun music for that.
You are now
Knowledge
in the
drop.
25th century.
Hey, that's the name of the movie.
Are you all right, Buck? Did you hear me?
What are they giving him?
What?
Gah. A glass of absinthe? I don't think that's gonna help right now.
Right now.
The robot kind of looks like there was those toys in the 80s called Little People, I think that's what they were called. Just like the shape of their heads.
Dream than a nightmare.
I'm curious how they did this. Comment below and let me know.
I was.
Technically, you're still under arrest and my prisoner. I can't let you go.
You'll have to shoot me to stop me, Colonel.
Yeah, I'd be curious to go out and explore as well. Like, whatever street you used to live on or whatever. Aw.
Still do.
What'd he say?
What is that weird? Is that beeps every time the robot talks? Yeah, that'd be crazy, especially like an old historic city like Chicago. Like, it'd be so weird to walk around. Yeah, the computer's in charge of this computer robot pair, obviously, and the robot doesn't seem too happy about it. Oh, what was that? Oh god, who are these? Is it a musical?
All right.
Do I want to know who's in the robot
It
suit?
isn't you they're after.
What?
No offense, but it's us. My gold circuits and parts bring a lot of money on the black market.
Oh yeah, I can imagine that.
For Twiki, well, I hate to tell you the use they'll put him to.
Oh
Where are you going?
dear. Instead of having a robot side character and a computer side character, they just combined the two. Yeah, these people who like hide on the outskirts of the city and are covered in like silver paint, like the Tin Man. Like, what are we doing? Where's Buffy? I'm sure she could help.
Looking for the pirates.
I still don't believe it.
Well, you stand alone, Theo. The micro-transmitter was attached to his navigation equipment.
Oh, yeah, but he didn't know that. Yeah, so I think he's a traitor because they found this thing. Oh my. What's going on here? Space age swims. Oh my. It's Cleopatra's at this party?
Word for defense.
Okay, this is interesting to have a trial run by computers, basically. There's no actual people, it's just all logic and computers.
By unanimous vote, the council finds for the state. Captain Rogers, the council finds you guilty.
Oh,
Your life is to be terminated. Said termination to be carried out immediately.
yikes. Okay, so they're gonna execute him. They think he's guilty. They think he was just like, you know, teaming up with these rebels and that he purposely put this tracking device on his ship. Uh-oh. This music is so fun.
Welcome aboard the flag.
Oh my, that's quite the space outfit.
If I'd met so dashing a young captain, I'm sure I would have remembered vividly.
I like how her neck thing is just holding her hair up. That's fun.
I think you're mistaken, Princess.
Oh my.
I never forget a knuckle.
What does that mean?
Listen, we're here to get to the bottom of the thing. Alert, alert, alert.
I like how their alert is the word alert. It just makes sense. You know, it just saves time. Whoa, color tunnel. Whoa, that was fun. This whole scene has been like white outfits, white rooms, and then they have this very vibrant color tunnel. And they have the one like rainbow band on their arm. Whoa. He just like disappeared into a little cloud.
You just have the lieutenant. There's a couple of pirates.
Oh, bye. Yeah, they're letting the computers manually drive the ship.
Dishing out a little of what we've been taking.
Yeah, they're letting the computers steer the ship instead of using manual, and he's like, let us take over and we can do a better job than these computers. Pew, pew, pew! The ships look well done, and they're flying in different directions as opposed to just... They're like actually like flying. Whoa, yes, this is awful.
What the princess feels. I know what happened. I was there.
Tomorrow I conquer Earth.
Yeah, she's using this like, oh, well, I want to thank him as a ruse to get to Earth. And then from there, they take over the world. Yeah, she said they had conquered like 4/5 of the galaxy already. Oh, so cool. I'm very excited that we got to see like space age Earth. Oh, fancy dress party. Such fancy headgear. Oh my, like Viking horns? Okay, I don't trust it though, obviously. She has other intentions. Whoa, that's fun. What's that thing? What? It's like a piano with these like brightly colored tubes coming out of it? Yes. I always think it's funny in like sci-fi movies how they go back, like they're doing like Victorian age dances or something, like they've like gone back in time just by being in the future. Whoa, what is this with the silver balls? Ooh. Dancing with props, okay. So many questions about this dance scene, just a lot going on. Just like...
How do you... Your rose bug. Oh, that's a nice one.
This is the Bachelor. He's gonna give a rose to the princess. How's this gonna look? He's dancing with the princess. They were already suspecting him of being a traitor, and now he is like dancing with the enemy. Okay. These silver balls, I don't get it, man. What happens if you drop one? What's in them? So many questions. Like little mini disco balls?
Rock, you know, try it, come on.
I'm obsessed with this DJ machine, whatever this thing is.
No, that's not it. Just let yourself go. Let it go. Go with the music.
Yes. Is it going to be like in Back to the Future and Marty McFly plays them a song they're not ready for yet?
It's called getting down. It's a little before your time if it frightens you. Alright, fine. Get down and boogie.
Get down and boogie. Buck Rogers, you rascal.
It's expressive.
It's disgusting.
They prefer their silver ball dance moves.
We bump together.
Haha!
How did they become man and wife?
It's true, dancing does lead to touching. Touching leads to sex. Everybody knows. The robot dancing? Good.
Your Highness, your father expects you to serve the best interests of the realm. If you don't, he has 29 other daughters that will.
Wow, then she's replaceable. Yikes. Family dinners must be awkward. Gah. Oh my. Oh, smooching the captain. Oh my, it's the best smooch I've had in 500 years. She's so cute in her Farrah Fawcett hair. Cute, cute, cute.
Out of it for quite a while. 500 years. I've got to go easy on re-entry.
That's one way to phrase it. Yeah! Has to go easy on re-entry. Oh my.
At last we're alone.
Oh, he's gonna put that relaxant into her drink. Oh, he's drugging the princess. Okay, so she wants Buck to help overthrow her dad so she can run this empire as she wants. It doesn't have to worry about her dad. What did that do? It just like froze him in time in this very awkward position. Okay, weird. It's like, I'm just gonna pick you up here. Okay. Bonk. Saw that coming. The helmets are kind of reminding me of the ones in Spaceballs.
I have some explaining to do. Well, it's not Gucci, but what the hell?
It's not Gucci. Oh my goodness, he's got very specific taste when it comes to helmets. Gucci coming out with a line of sci-fi space helmets. Okay, so he's tampering with their ships, obviously. Uh-oh, busted.
I'm getting confused.
Yeah, well, maybe I can help unconfuse you. There are no pirate ships, there never were.
Whoa.
Draconian bombers disguised as marauders. They've been harassing your shipping lanes in order to force you into a treaty with Draconia.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
It's not an unarmed vessel. She's filled with bombers preparing to launch a full-scale military attack against
Yeah,
the
Buck Rogers is right. Ah, the color tunnel. Phew. Oh yeah, their ships are just exploding because he put explosives in their tailpipes. Whoa, bye.
They simply explode.
That's impossible!
Nothing's impossible with Buck Rogers.
We got two coming up from below. I'll jump the one on the top.
Whoa, zapped him.
I've got the other one.
He said with great emotion. Just like. Why is he sticking his tongue out? Help with battle. Oh, he chopped him right in the bits. Right in the man bits. And now he's tying an explosive to his back?
Will answer to me!
Ugh. I love the little hologram, it like disappears. So many explosions, I love it.
This way, Buck. Through the smoke.
He's so calm. Oh, and scoops him up. Does he at least get to ride in the vehicle or he has to ride outside like R2? Oh, he gets to ride inside.
Thank you. But we're not in the clear yet.
Oh, they just destroyed the whole ship. But the princess still escaped, so she's still out there somewhere.
Of horns at the bow.
Yes, it was an attractive hat.
The nicest set of horns at the ball. Well, no way to take that any other way.
Things are going to be different now between us.
How so?
Not all business.
Oh my. So that was my first time watching Buck Rogers in the 25th century. It was super fun, super goofy. I'm assuming the TV show came after, just based on how this movie ended. It was very open-ended. I don't know if there are sequels to this film or if it goes right into the TV show, I'm not sure. But yeah, with the princess escaping and Buck heading off to Earth, I'm assuming that's where the TV show picks up. Again, I haven't seen the show, I'm just speculating, but based on how the movie ends, that would be my guess. I like that it was kind of a comedy, and with Buck being 500 years from the past, from 1987, he had obviously different words for things, and there was kind of that comedic misunderstanding when he would ask for like aspirin or Tylenol, and they're like, what are you talking about? And even some of like the slang words, and when he's dancing, they're like, we haven't seen these moves before. Like, it would be crazy if someone 500 years ago ended up in 2021 and was like, what are you guys doing? Like, this is a totally different culture, a totally different way of life, obviously. So that added a comedic element to it. And then he had his like sidekick robot slash doctor slash computer sidekick. It felt like they mixed like C-3PO and R2-D2 together instead of having two separate characters. They just mixed them together. And the computer basically looks like a clock that they hollowed out and put some lights in that were in the shape of a face. And then the robot only had one beep sound that was his way of communicating, but that was like the funny little sidekick as well. And it was interesting to see that the robot had, they could sense like some intuition. It didn't go so far as to say they had feelings really. They said they could like get upset over things, but they didn't really they weren't humans, obviously. I thought the title sequence was super interesting, just with these like space babes rolling around in the title sequence of the words Buck Rogers. I haven't really seen anything like that, so that was super interesting, and I'm curious if that title intro is the same for the show or if they reshot something for the show and it's completely different. The music was super fun, and just I was having little dance breaks the whole time. It was just added a whole new element to the movie. I thought the plot was super interesting, how Buck inadvertently escapes this horrible tragedy that's happening on Earth because he's in space, and the majority of the population is wiped out on Earth. They have to basically rebuild, and he's frozen in time, just spinning aimlessly in space for 500 years until he gets scooped up by the princess and their ship and then is unthawed basically. But I thought that was pretty clever. I liked that storyline, and it was super fun to see Earth in the future. A lot of sci-fi movies I find obviously just take place in space, and the setting is obviously whatever galaxy or planet they're on or the inside of the spaceship. But it was really fun to see like a 500 years in the future version of Chicago on Earth, and like what customs that would look like on Earth. And it was interesting to think, okay, what's Earth gonna look like in the 25th century? And just I don't know what they did for the special effects. Comment below and let me know. They only showed they showed the same scene a few times, but I'm not gonna really hold that against them. It was still super interesting. Everything was very white. I find that's very common in sci-fi movies as well. Very like white or silver, like very clean palettes. And the only real pop of color we had was they had an armband that had like a rainbow on it. They like shoot through this runway of color basically. It kind of reminded me of like the tunnel sequence in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, but I was glad to see some color in there. And then when they went to the dance as well, everybody was dressed up super bright, and then they had that weird dance sequence with the ball. I don't know what that was about, but overall I really enjoyed it. And I don't know much about the backstory of the character. I don't know if he's originally comic book, cartoon, if these guys just made him up out of thin air, and this is the story of Buck Rogers, but comment below and let me know a little bit about his backstory. I didn't recognize any of the cast members. I know this is an older film, but I didn't recognize any of them, and I liked how Buck Rogers and Wilma kind of had this thing going on at the end, and she was kind of showing a little bit more feelings, and I liked that they had this female commander who was in charge of all these troops. That was great to see. And then this princess who is trying to use Buck, and then he ends up using her to destroy her fleet so that Earth doesn't explode basically. And Buck's kind of rogue nature, and his maybe like they'd probably consider it old-fashioned, obviously, like he doesn't want to use the computer and he wants to go off his gut feelings and use like the manual controls when he's flying, and like those ended up working to their advantage, and he ended up saving the day a few times because he had those instincts and he trusted his gut and wasn't so heavily relied on technology, which I think in the future we will only become more and more reliant on technology. Yeah, and I liked his kind of character development of like, okay, he suddenly wakes up, it's 500 years later, what is he gonna do? Then he's put on trial and he's threatened to be executed, which he didn't really seem overly concerned about because he thought Earth would be destroyed by the princess and her royal fleet basically, before that even had a chance to happen. And even at the trial, there's no humans at the trial, or I should say there's no humans deciding the fate from the trial. They were all in the audience watching to see what would happen. The entire trial was run by these computers, and they were just like very straightforward, like, what evidence do you have? It would be very interesting to have a trial where it was only based on fact, which I know logically that should be how it is anyway, but to have zero emotion, to have zero like connection to what's going on, it's just all black and white. I thought that was an interesting concept for sure. I felt like Buck was adapting well to this new world he woke up in, and obviously had some questions at the start, and then we see the scene where he goes and finds his parents' grave, which would be heartbreaking. Obviously anybody you knew or cared about or loved obviously would have passed away at this time, as it's 500 years in the future, and he has to deal with the loss of all that. Some parts kind of reminded me of Mad Max, like how they have the inner city, and then basically anything outside of that inner city is desert, wasteland, you won't survive. They turn off, like the temperature drops drastically. There was those people in hoods and like the different disguises almost. They didn't really explain too much about that. I don't know if that group of people comes into play more in the show, or if it was just, oh, we need something scary to chase him. But I'm very intrigued as to why those people were exiled, or how they're surviving out there, what that connection is, but I think that would be an interesting storyline. And I don't know if there is even other cities on Earth. They just referred to this one as the inner city. Maybe it's the only city left on the entire planet, I don't know. And obviously because of this horrible disaster that happened, it doesn't seem like they trade with other countries, or countries even exist. Even when he mentioned, hey, I'm from the United States, they're kind of like, oh, I think I've heard of the United States. Like, it didn't really seem like something they were familiar with, and obviously it being a long time ago as well. So now they have to trade with other planets, which is where the princess and her dynasty comes involved, and their expansion across the galaxy and wanting to take over more and more planets. But I thought that would be interesting if in like 500 years we're trading with moon people or something, or people on Mars or something like that. That would be super interesting. If you're watching this 500 years in the future, please let me know. Comment below. I won't be able to read it, but you know, I'll appreciate the effort. Overall, I really enjoyed it. It was super fun. I liked the storyline. Like I said, I don't recognize any of the cast, but I thought all the parts were played pretty well. Were they in other sci-fi films? Is Buck Rogers, the actor who played Buck Rogers, mostly known for this role? Comment below and let me know. But thank you so much for sharing in this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for sci-fi movies you think I should watch, please comment below. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content. Silver balls. Ooh. It looks like they just emptied out a clock and put in some lights. I think it's best smooch I've had in 500 years. I like how their alert is the word alert. It just makes sense. She's so cute in her Farrah Fawcett hair. Has to go easy on re-entry. Oh my. Oh, color tunnel. But still, its own theme song.